What is going on, everyone? This is Dax to the Max 17, and today I'll be showing you guys some Rank 9 Great League battles. So let's get to it. So my team is Haunter, Azumarill, and Medicham going against Deoxys. So let's see how that goes. He makes a switch to Bastiodon, which is great for him and not great for me, so this is not going to do much damage. So I'm going to immediately switch to Azumarill to counter that Bastiodon. Get off an Ice Beam. He will shield that up. I'm just going to keep using Bubble. He goes with Stone Edge, which I block because that would do pretty decent damage to Azumarill. Go with another Ice Beam. He shields it again, which I'm confused about that, but okay. Then he goes with Tropius. And that's a nice little Ice Beam coming your way. Does a lot of damage. And I switch to Haunter. This will KO Haunter if I don't shield this, so there we go. Takes out Tropius. And then go ahead and use Bastiodon. I'm just going to Shadow Punch it. Takes a little bit, but not too much. Gets off, I believe, a Stone Edge. That will KO my Haunter. Yep. Go back to Azumarill. Then he makes a switch to Deoxys. Another Ice Beam will go off here. Does pretty good damage, a fourth damage. More bubbles. And Deoxys will use Thunderbolt, which will faint my Azumarill, and then immediately go to Medicham, and Deoxys will get out a charge move. Rock Slide does nothing at all. I'm just going to use fast moves and just one power-up punch, and that'll do it. Just like that. Win number 1. So far, so good. Alright, now on to battle number 2. Let's see. Going with the same team, Haunter, Azumarill, Medicham, against SNNM Bro 2, or BRO2. So, great matchup for me so far. He switches to Tropius, get off a Shadow Punch, and probably going to ditch Haunter and switch to Azumarill. Leaf Blade coming up. Shield. Here comes the Ice Beam. He will probably shield this one. Just gonna keep farming some energy and get off an Ice Beam, and didn't get it in time, which is okay. Now I switch to Medicham. This one's going to be a Leaf Blade. He makes a good switch to Hypno, avoiding the Ice Punch. I'm going to keep Medicham in here. Gets a shield off. That's perfect. Gets off a Shadow Ball, okay. And I'll let Haunter do the rest. Get a Shadow Punch. Maybe I should have farmed a little bit, but I don't think it would have survived. And GG. Battle number 3. Here we go. Same team again. Against JJ Brarzov. Sorry if I butchered that name. That was really bad. He leads with Lantern. Very interesting. I believe I'm just going to stay and just Shadow Punch. He switches to Medicham, okay. Shadow Punch again. Little chip damage, and he shields that. So then I do Sludge Bomb, which might land. Yes, it does. Which is perfect. I believe I would shield this up to save Haunter from fainting. And I'm just going to try to farm as much energy as I can. Use another shield. And his last Pokemon is going to be Alolan Marowak. So Shadow Punch is going to work great against it. So I got one off and that was it. He was able to KO my Haunter. Go into Azumarill. And with fast moves alone, it should be able to take down Marowak. Yep. There we go. Battle number 3, a win. Next one, Battle 4. Against Real Lupus 99. She's going to lead with Bastiodon, which is not good for me at all. So I'm switching to Medicham. And she will switch to Medicham. So it's going to be a mirror match here. Ice Punch will go off. And does a little bit. Get off another Ice Punch. Do a little bit more. And might be Power Up Punch. Oh, it's Dynamic Punch. Okay. Doesn't do very much damage still, since I resist it, and she just left. So now we're on to Battle 5 against Iago Bio. His lead is Venusaur, which is, it's okay for me. I'm just gonna do shield pressure here. Maybe he'll use a shield, but he doesn't. Okay. So I'm just gonna farm. Hopefully I survive, and there we go. I'm just gonna get off a Shadow Punch immediately, or Sludge Bomb. So he goes with Bastiodon, which won't do any damage at all. Literally none. Which is fine. I switch to Medicham, which is great, and then he'll switch to Medicham, so it's another mirror match here. This time I start with Power Up Punch. And I believe he's going to do one himself. No, it's going to be Ice Punch. So he's going for the neutral damage, and I will repeat that with my own Ice Punch. Doing a little more than his Ice Punch since I have that increased attack boost from the Power Up Punch. I'm going to shield this so I can get off another Ice Punch. And he will shield back. I believe I'm going to shield this one again. Just to keep Medicham. There we go. Yep. And I'm going to go for Power Up Punch, which will KO and do a little bit of damage to Bastiodon before Medicham gets knocked out. Now we'll go to Azumarill to finish. Stone Edge doesn't do much to Azumarill. It's so tanky. And I'm just going to go with Ice Beam to take out the last shield. Get off another Ice Beam to finish up the match. There we go. GG. So in that set, I won 4 out of 5 matches. On to the next set here. Using the same team. Against Rasculin 9. Here we go. Against Altaria. So, that is fine. But Altaria is going to do a lot of damage just with Dragon Breath alone. It's insane. Shield pressure, and got the shield there. Going to do another one. See if I can get the other shield. No. I switch to Azumarill. And Altaria is just going to do a Sky Attack, which does good damage. And he has a Haunter himself, so I'm going to go with Ice Beam. And he shields it because that would hurt a lot. And I'm going to shield this, I believe. Yes, Sludge Bomb would definitely KO Azumarill. Another Ice Beam. That should KO Haunter. And Azumarill. Mirror match. I let this go. Which I barely survive, which is nice. So I'm going to get off another Ice Beam before Azumarill gets KO'd. Switch to Haunter. So I can do a little bit of damage, but do not get the Shadow Punch off. Then to Medicham, and he will switch to Altaria, and that is not good for me at all. It's very bad. So I'm going to have to shield this, because Sky Attack will KO or get close to being KO'd. Get off another Power Punch, barely. And look at that health. Okay. Knocks it out. Now it's Azumarill versus Medicham. And Play Rough. Ugh. Play Rough just KOs Medicham. That's loss number 1. Next up, against Perfect Poketaro. Haunter versus Meganium, which is good for me. So I'm going to get his shield off. Frenzy Plant will still do a lot of damage, but I had to shield because it would probably do about half, even though it's resisted to it. So I get off a Shadow Punch, and Skarmory blocks it, so I get off another Shadow Punch, and he lets it go this time. Now I'm using Medicham against Skarmory. He gets off a Sky Attack, which that will hurt a lot. And I do an Ice Punch. He gets off another Sky Attack here, which will KO Medicham. This is not looking good. So I go back to Haunter, farm up a little bit of energy, and get off a Sludge Bomb, which, does so much damage. So that really caught me back up to this match. Now it's Registeel versus Azumarill. Flash Cannon will go off, which does about 1/3 health. I'm going to try to get a Hydro Pump off, and I do. Should do a lot of damage. About half damage. And another Flash Cannon is going to go off. Barely surviving. Do I get the Ice Beam off in time? I do. That will KO Registeel. GG. Alright. Battle number 3 in this second set. Going against Shoe Belt. Alright. Haunter, Medicham. Perfect for me, so I'm going to keep going. She goes with Swampert, so I'm just going to Shadow Punch. Does pretty good damage. And I immediately switch to Azumarill to tank the Hydro Cannon coming up. And I'm just going to use Bubble. go with Ice Beam, but Swampert gets off a charge move here, and it's going to be Earthquake, and I'm going to shield that. Then I get off Ice Beam. Alright. And she will use Registeel next. Going to use Flash Cannon, and I'm not going to shield it. I'm going to get off a Hydro Pump. Hopefully she doesn't use a shield. And she doesn't. It's going to do a lot of damage. She's going to get off another Flash Cannon, and that will KO Azumarill. I'm going to switch to Medicham. Do some major damage. Get off a Power Punch right as I KO Registeel. And there comes Medicham, and I switch to Haunter. Medicham gets off an Ice Punch, which does a lot of damage to Haunter. I'm going to go with Shadow Punch, which will do super effective damage. And she shields. And Medicham will use its charge move and its Ice Punch. And I'm going to shield that as well. Get off another Shadow Punch. KO Medicham. And that is GG. Battle number 4 in this set, going against Avi L. Grange. Haunter versus Toxicroak, not good for me, so I got to get out. So I go with Azumarill. And I was thinking Toxicroak would use Mud Bomb, but uses Sludge Bomb, which did not expect that. Which is fine, because Azumarill was able to survive, get off an Ice Beam, and he uses his first shield. And Toxicroak is going to use a charge move, Mud Bomb. It'll KO Azumarill. And I decided what I want to go with here, and I'm going to use Haunter. Farm a lot of energy before taking out the Toxicroak, which I do, and then Swampert comes out, and I'm going to use Shadow Punch. He uses his second shield there, and I'm going to go with Sludge Bomb. It does a little bit more damage than Shadow Punch, but not very effective to Swampert, but it still does pretty good. I switch to Medicham immediately, and it does pretty well tanking that Hydro Cannon. I'm going to go with Ice Punch against Skarmory. Does a little bit. But those air slashes are going to do so much damage to Medicham. Get off a power-up punch. Do a little bit of damage there. And then I bring out Haunter. And I'm going to use a shield here to avoid the Sky Attack. And use a Shadow Punch. And then he brings out his Swampert, and I'm just going to use Shadow Punch, and that will be GG. Alright, last battle in this set against Bazooka. Haunter versus Tropius, which is okay. Not sure who would win this matchup. So he's going to shield that Shadow Punch that I used. And I'm going to shield the Leaf Blade. I'm going to get off a Sludge Bomb. Hopefully he doesn't use a second shield. And he doesn't, so that works for me. And now he's going to use Registeel. I'm going to use a Sludge Bomb, which is going to do little damage, not much. And the Registeel is just going to use a charge move, and I'm just going to let it go. Flash Cannon. I'm going to use Medicham to counter Registeel. Get off a power-up punch. Does a little bit. Increases my attack by 1 stage. He's going to get off a Focus Blast, which does resistant damage, but I shield that, which is okay. I'm going to get off an Ice Punch to hit the Deoxys defense form. And Deoxys defense is going to use Rock Slide, which doesn't do that much. I'm just going to continue using Ice Punch against Deoxys defense. Chipping it down. He's going to get off another charge move. And it's going to be Thunderbolt, which is the better move against Medicham. And I'm just going to bubble the Deoxys down. And then I'm going to use Ice Beam against Registeel. He uses his last shield. And that's not enough for his charge attack. So I win the game. GG. So on the last set, I won 4 out of the 5 matches. And that is all for the Rank 9 Go Battle League Great League battles. Stay tuned for the Ultra League next. Thanks for watching.